Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be creating this look, which I think is fucking stunning. So if you want to know what I used to create it, be sure to stay tuned. I used some new to me products. I used some favorite products. But yeah, can you stop looking at my eyelids? Because I can't. They look so good. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab your cocktail and let's jump into the video, you guys. Wow, oh wow, I'm ready to put some makeup on. If I sound congested, I still am. Allergies are formally kicking my ass. So I have some vodka to attempt to get through it. I already have my brows on, obviously. It'd be nice if that was like one thing why, random tangent. One thing why I would love to do microblading, just so that like my brows are always ready to go, you know? The lady that does my nails gets her brows microbladed. And when I say they look perfect, I'm not even exaggerating. They literally look perfect. I feel like it would be worth every stinking dollar. Like, to be honest, I really do. I'm very intrigued by the whole thing. For my eyes today, I'm going to use something newer to me. It's not new to the market. I'm going to use the ABH Soft Glam Palette. I picked this up last year when they had a 40% off sale. Because I had always like really eyed the color story. I'm just going to set with this tempera shade, whatever. I've always really eyed the color story, but I couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger. And then when they had that sale and it was 40% off, I picked up this one and the Jackie Aina palette. This palette was in, if you're coming from IG, a part of the Wrapped palette series that I have. Essentially, last year at the end of the year, I had like 16-ish new palettes that I hadn't even used yet. I'm going to go in with Burnt Orange here and just continue to just like build this up. I had like 16 palettes I hadn't even used yet. Oh wow, it's pigmented. So what I did is I asked my boyfriend, Luke, if he would wrap them for me. And then as I felt the need or the urge to buy a new palette or whatever, I would unwrap one. I had him number the outside of the packages, and then I would do like a randomizer. And then whatever number it landed on, I would unwrap them. So this palette came from there, which is why we're just now using it. I think we're in June. And I think so far I've only unwrapped 3 palettes. And then I think I decluttered 1. But yeah, I just kind of thought that it would be something fun, something different to do. I expected to be a lot further through this challenge than I am. But I have purchased some eyeshadow palettes and I've gotten some as gifts. So I've really still been like having a lot of palettes actively in my collection. So I haven't really reached for these just because I really want to get to use them and get to know them, you know, that kind of situation. So far, this does seem to be pretty consistent with the ABH formula. The mattes are powdery, but as you saw, they blended out really easy, really nicely. You might think, oh, boring, basic, neutral look. Maybe, but I like those. So, I'll do what I want over here. Now I think I'm going to go into a bit of this rustic shade, right? Oh, that looks so much lighter on camera. Okay, I'm going to go into this shade then. And just use that on the outer portion here. But yeah, so I thought it'd be fun to do my first look over here with you guys. When this video goes up, I will be just getting home from my vacation. So I'll probably be using this a lot more throughout the week over on IG will be the plan, so I can get like my full thoughts up. But I'm pre-filming right now, so this will just be kind of like a first impressions for me, and then I will continue to test it out once I get home. So in the next get ready with me, I will chat about my vacation and how that went and get everybody caught up. But this is still a part of the pre-film, so that's kind of where we are there. One thing I am excited for when I get back is I have a lot of exciting products coming to me from Octoly that I'm so pumped to try out with you guys. I was hoping that I would have them by now, but if you don't know, I live in Indiana, and I don't know why, but my packages always get stuck in this place called Hebron, Kentucky. They always get stuck there for like 4 or 5 days, and it's only been there for 2 days. So I have a really strong feeling that those packages won't get to me in time, unfortunately. A little sneak peek of what is arriving is the Pure Lease Concealer. It's new, and then the Ole Hendrickson Primer that's supposed to be like a gradual self-tanner. So I'm really pumped for both of those. I know Rose and Ben did a whole review on the primer, so I had it in my Sephora cart, and I was definitely eyeballing it. Thinking about using a purchase for it. But I decided to wait, and then that little baddie popped up on Octoly. So I took advantage of it, and I'm really excited. I'm thinking that shade. What do you think? What am I wearing? Orange? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this shade. But these, I've swatched these because I went ahead and I swatched the shades because we had nice weather, and whenever we have nice weather, I try to batch shoot content for IG and stuff because you never know where I live. So yeah, I was doing some batch shooting, and when I swatched these, like, they are soft as hell. Like, so soft. The only other ABH palette I have is the Carly by Belle. So that's the only one I have to compare it to. And I did not think that the Carly by Belle shimmers were this soft. So yeah, I about put my finger through the whole pan when I was swatching it. I was like, holy shit. Big whoops. So yeah. I was in, like, there is fallout. There probably would be less fallout if I would have used my finger. But I don't know. I'm someone that's like really weird about textures, and I don't like to use my fingers when I don't have to. So there's my little quirk. So that's why another reason I just do my eyes first, so that it doesn't matter if I have fallout, because I'm going to be wiping it away with a makeup wipe anyway. So that is my attitude on it. But yeah, the shade is definitely really pretty though. I feel like I need to tie it in more with the orange on my shirt. So maybe I'll go in with like my Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes. My friend Jude is so sweet, and she sent me one of the Danessa Myricks Chrome Flakes in the shade Hot Lava, and I'm obsessed with it. They're so good. And I think that it would look really good with this look, and it would just like make everything pop a little bit more and bring some of that orange out. So yeah, this is the shade Hot Lava. These are insane. So insane. I like to take just like a little brush, like a little paddle brush. And, oh, I used this one last time, so it's all It's all hard, it needs washed. Okay, so I'm gonna try this little brush. It might be a little small, but I don't have another clean one that I wanna use. Literally, I just pop some of it on the brush and then take it across my eye where I want it. It's literally so easy to work with. You can like smooth it out. You can just like stamp it on like I did in like little places to make it look more like a pattern. Or you can even build it up. The nice thing about these though is like once you're done moving them and they're on. Like they're not gonna move throughout the day. They don't crease at all. I don't find them to be uncomfortable or anything. But yeah, I don't think I've seen anyone talk about them drying out or anything, but I know one of my main concerns was them drying out or them creasing, and that's why I had like held off on purchasing them. But then as I like, you know, watched friends review them and stuff, I saw that they weren't having any issues with like creasing or anything like that. And then I don't know if anyone's really had them long enough to see if they would dry out. I don't think they've been around even a year, honestly, if I'm remembering correctly. All right, now we're just gonna go in with a little bit of primer. Still using the Milani Brightside. It's the only one that I have in my collection right now. BoxyCharm is like kind of weird when it comes to shipping. Sometimes when I order stuff, it'll come in like a week, and then other times it takes like 2 months. So I never really know when it's coming. I never get an email or anything like that. So I don't know when my other primer will be here, but I like this one, so I'm not really worried about it. I'm gonna just give this a second to set and then I'll be back. All right, now that it's had a few minutes to sink in, I'm just gonna go in with my Dior concealer. I really like this one. My concealer and my base product are gonna be not new today. I think the only other newer things I have is going to be my bronzer and my blush. And yeah, I think that's it really, which is fine. That means I'm doing good. I don't always need new shit, you know? Then I'm gonna go into my Dose of Colors foundation. This one's in the shade 110 Light. It is too deep for me in like the winter months. But when I start to get just like a smidgen of a tan, it works pretty well for me. I really need to like shade my face before I go on vacation. I can like see it and it's driving me nuts. But I really do love this foundation. It looks really good, wears really good. Everything layers well under and on top of it. It's a home run. All right, now that I have that part of my base on, I am gonna try a new to me product. It's a Nude Sticks matte bronzer in the shade Bondi Bay. And I am gonna try and blend it out with this like little brush that comes on the end, and we'll see how that goes. I swatched it in the store and it looked really nice. I picked this up with Ulta points, so I'm very excited. I think this brush thing is weird. I don't know. Of course I took my hand. I don't know. I just don't really think that the brush thing is like very functional, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna pull out one of my Sky Buff brushes from Fido and just blend it out. It's blending out really nice, and this looks like a really beautiful tone on me. So far, so good. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the blush product that is new to me. It's from Kaja, and it is the Whipped Dream in the shade Rose Macaron. I was sent this in friend mail from Steph, and I'm a little nervous just because last time I tried a Kaja cheek product, I wasn't really in love with how it blended out in the formula. So I'm just gonna go in a teeny tiny bit at a time, work one side at a time, and see how that goes. So far, I think that it's looking really nice, which we live for. Yeah, I think that looks pretty, like a nice, pretty flush. Seems to be a bit on the sheer side, so you can build it up, which is what I like. That's my preference. I would rather be building something up than over applying because I used one dot. So I do enjoy that about it. I think that looks really pretty, like the tone and stuff. I think that looks nice. Looks nice. We'll see how it wears, but it looks really pretty. And then for my highlighter, I'm still really loving the Kosas Duo and Velvet Melon. So I'm just gonna dip into the highlight shade really quick. Pan is literally so deep, you guys. Like, I cannot believe it. I have a feeling I will definitely hit pan on this on vacation as long as I use it like 2 or 3 times, but it's seriously stunning. Okay, now I'm gonna pop off and just finish up the eyes. I'll be back for lips and my final thoughts. Okay, so here is the finished look. I'm personally obsessed. I think it looks really pretty. For my lips, I just went in with a combination of my Kylie lip liner that I'm panning in the shade Malibu, and then I used one of my favorite Becca lippies. This one is the shade Dune. I love the way that these pair together. I still think if Becca should have kept anything, it should have been their freaking lipsticks. They're so good, and the packaging is just like so high end. I love them. I'm still bummed that you can't get them anymore because they're literally so good. So final thoughts on some of the things that I showed you guys today. One, I love these Chrome Flakes. I've been playing with them for a couple weeks, and there's just nothing like them. Like, that was so easy to do. I don't even have the words, you guys. It's like better than glitter, better than duochromes, easier, safer to work with, easy to remove, doesn't crease. Like, I don't have enough good things to say. I love it so much that I picked up another shade. I haven't applied this shade on my eyes yet, but I got the shade Sweet Tooth, and I can't imagine it not being good. I'm sure they're all the same. But this one is a more like iridescent pink situation, and I'm really excited to try it too. But yeah, the Chrome Flakes are so good. Like, I literally want them in every shade now because it just makes sense. Like, they can elevate any eye look so much. They're chef's kiss. I'm done. In terms of the Nude Sticks bronzer, I will keep you guys up to date as I continue to use this, but I think that the tone is like really beautiful. I think that it's perfect for my skin tone. It blended out pretty nicely. It did seem to be a little bit of a stiffer formula, but once it started getting like warmed up, I didn't have any issues, so I'm really looking forward to trying it out. I could definitely see it being like a fave. And then for the blush, with the Kaja Whipped Dream, so you can actually use this for eyeshadow, blush, lipstick. It's like a 3-in-1. It's that thing there in the middle. I think the shade is really beautiful. I have been wanting to do like a monochromatic look on IG, and I probably still will, just using this shade. I think that that would be really beautiful. Like I said, it is very subtle. It's very buildable. I'm sure I could build it up even more if I wanted to. I really like the shade, so thank you, Steph. I think it's gonna be a win. Really excited about that. And then the Soft Glam palette, like obviously I'm still gonna keep trying all this shit out, you guys. But the mattes worked really well for me. I didn't have any issues in terms of blending or patchiness or anything like that. The shimmers are much softer than I was used to. It wasn't like hard to work with or anything like that. But I'm very curious to see how it like wears on its own in terms of longevity and stuff like that. I haven't heard anything bad about this palette, so I'm sure it will be fine, but I'll continue to try it and my full thoughts will be over on IG. But yeah, I don't know. I am a whore for a nude color story. I don't know what it is, but I just love the nudes, you guys. So yeah, what a good makeup day, if I do say so myself. I'm really feeling it. If you guys hung out and stayed until the end, thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!